Hey guys, today we are going to talk about agents. Agentic is definitely the hype word of the year. Whenever there's a problem with the large language models, the solution seems to be build an agent. LLM cannot count R's and strawberries. Agents. LLM cannot do simple math. Oh, agents will solve this. How are we going to build AGI? Well, obviously, agents. Who's going to substitute all the workers out there, all the coders, all the doctors, all the whatever? Well, yeah, agents. The hype reached that level of absurdity that pretty much every IT manager runs to their department and like, build something with agents. Like, I don't care what, whatever. Just like, we need something with agents. And then the same IT manager goes all surprised Pikachu face when it turns out that agents actually really underperformed, that the thing that their IT department built for a lot of money with a lot of sweat, well, kind of like, I don't know, dumb. Well, recently, Andrei Karpathy gave an amazing interview about AI agents, and he named things as they are. He said, well, they just do not work. They are not cognitively there, and it will take around 10 years to get to the point where agents are actually going to be useful. Well, I'm going to go through a list of reasons why I think agents do not work. You can also read an article about this on AI Realist Substack, where I go into detail, and this video is basically an overview of the article. First reason why AI agents, well, disappoint is the lack of adaptive learning. There's absolutely nothing in the architecture of transformers or the current agentic setups that would assume that the agent will learn from its mistakes. For example, you gave your agent a very complex task. It ran, self corrected, you corrected it, and finally, ta da, it produced the output you wanted. 2 days later, you run the same task. What happens? Yeah, all the same mistakes are happening. Problem number two, error propagation from the previous agents. There's no good way to fall back currently. There are some techniques like tree of thought and branching and whatnot, but honestly, those are just band aids. Language models predict the next token, and it's not like it can just fall back to the token that it predicted incorrectly and start generation from there. No, it will, even during self-correction, just continues predicting next token till eventually it either corrects itself or snowballs the errors. Recent research that I mentioned in my article also confirmed this and showed that the accuracy of multi-agent setups in real-world settings is still very low and largely due to this error propagation through multi-agent workflows. The third problem is the absence of multimodality. To solve real-world problems, for example, a system, an agent for financial audit, the agent needs to be able to deal with different modalities. For example, videos, images, graphs, structured data, tables, text, and whatnot. But currently, large language models, they are called language models for a reason. They best work on languages. And that's the reason why coding assistants work so well, because essentially they work in just one modality. It's artificial or natural language. The real-life agents might need to have access to your SharePoint, local data. They might need to send an email to your colleague and whatnot, browse the internet. They don't operate in the same modalities. And the lack of ability to operate in different modalities and to interact with different environments is something why real-world agentic systems are not going to perform well for a while. There are different levels of autonomy. Current agents are sold to managers as something that already reached the top level of autonomy, that is observer. Well, they are nowhere close to this. In reality, they are probably at most at the beginning of collaborator. Well, coding agents are further than this. They are approaching maybe the level 3, but it's still a long way to go. And that's the way it is. Andrei Karpathy said that it's going to take 10 years till we see agentic AI working up to the expectations. I personally think that I might not see this in my lifetime, but who knows? Let's hope I will. Check out the article on AI Realist. This is my cat Cusco. He's helping to write all the articles. And see you around.